Here's a little case study I put together. You see this liquor store on the corner, you go in, and you're thinking to yourself, is this a good one to go after? So here are a few tidbits of information to help you with that. So you kind of look around, see what they're selling. Is there a pride of ownership? Is it clean? Are there trip and fall exposure? Is there water stains on the ceiling? As far as what they're selling, do you see any CBD, Kratom, THC products? Those types of items are going to make it a little bit tougher to find a carrier for. Outside, they're usually advertising, all the types of liquor they're selling for, but do you see any check cashing services being advertised? That's another thing that can be a little tough with some of your admitted markets to place. And do they offer any third-party delivery? Do they offer any delivery? Usually that will be advertised somewhere as well. It's kind of a new exposure, so some of the carriers haven't really updated their underwriting criteria for that. So it's just these little tidbits of information that will help you know whether or not it's something you can go after or not. So the risk that is within kind of our sweet spot, the sales are going to be under 500K. 500,000 is kind of the benchmark. Anything over that, it almost puts you into I know it sounds silly, but a supermarket category. When you say coverage for less than 500K, do you mean the total annual business, including gas sales, liquor, lottery, etc.? The carriers do not include gas sales in that $500,000. So if you have a convenience store with gas, they're mainly looking at the sales inside of the convenience store, not including any of the gas sales. So we're looking for things under 500,000 in sales. We can definitely do things higher than that. Just our market selection gets a little bit tighter, and we're going to go after the one that does have check cashing, and even on-premise tastings. I went into a liquor store, and sure enough, someone was serving tequila. Little shots of tequila. They were trying to promote their liquor. So it does happen, and it's something to definitely ask your clients about so that gosh, well, now they need liquor liability, and am I going to be able to find a market that can provide that coverage when they're doing on-premise tasting? Because typically liquor stores, they're selling for off-premise consumption. So liquor liability is definitely something to bring up with that client. Claims are generally low for that type of risk, for that type of exposure. However, it leads to really high payouts because typically we're talking about fatality situations when it comes to liquor liability. So that's a big thing to not overlook when you're speaking with that owner. Other coverages, definitely general liability, standard, business personal property, business income, equipment breakdowns, another great coverage to sell because they have all of those refrigerated items. And the workers' comp and EPLI, always great exposure or great coverages to sell, to cover their employees.